Hi, Everett. I think it would be best if you got divorced with my daughter. This is Stella's father, the person you exchanged contacts with today, when you visited to ask permission for the wedding.
Oh, thanks for today's rough welcome. I didn't expect to be punched in the face and thrown out in the middle of my introduction. Did I do something to offend you?
Well, I guess you could call it an offense. Everett, I heard that you were the CEO of a company and couldn't help but be impressed, especially considering you're so young. But then I heard about your academic background, and the positive image I had of you vanished in an instant. Did you not notice?
What about my academic background?
You said you graduated middle school and immediately found a job, right? You seriously didn't even graduate high school?
Well, yes. My father passed away when I was young, so we didn't have any money. I decided to get a job instead of going to high school since I have two younger siblings, a brother and a sister.
I see. Well, while I do feel bad for the environment you grew up in, this is still a different matter. You're 31, right?
Yes.
It's already enough reason to worry that the top of the company is so young. But the fact that he also never graduated high school, you know?
What is it if I didn't graduate high school?
It must not be any company of worth if the CEO is a middle school graduate. It was a real estate company, right? But in reality, your company is probably just a land shark, right? I can't help but be suspicious if the CEO of the company is a middle school graduate.
Our company does business fair and square. The reason I was chosen to be CEO is because our predecessors put a lot of effort in training the younger generation of employees. So it was decided that someone around my age would become the next CEO. There's nothing suspicious about it. I believe that you can rest assured about this fact.
Fine, I don't care. I'm still going to have you cancel the marriage with Stella.
And for what reason, may I ask? Everything you said up until now is completely unfair. At least give me a satisfactory answer.
You really are quite stubborn. Fine, I'll explain it to you in clear terms. Our family has been one of the biggest landowners in the area for generations. Unlike me, the head of this family, you, the middle school graduate, are just a filthy member of the bourgeoisie. There's no way I, a descendant of nobles, am going to let my daughter marry a swine like you. I'm not going to give you my daughter.
I see. Please let me talk to Stella first. Only then will I give you my answer.
Everett, you said you wanted to talk to me?
Stella, your father is opposing our marriage.
Yep, I was sitting next to him, so I saw the conversation you two had.
Then I want to hear what you think about it. What are we going to do about our marriage?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel it.
What?
I talked to my father and realized what he was saying was true. Everyone in my family has graduated university. And even if you are the CEO of a company, there's no way I can marry someone who didn't even go to high school. My father says he'll arrange a meeting for me with someone from an elite university. Besides, marrying someone like me, the daughter of a wealthy landowner, should be extremely attractive for men. Why should I marry a middle school graduate if that's the case? Anyways, that's the deal. I'm sorry.
I see. I understand. I've been insulted for being a middle school graduate many times in my life. Now I realize that you're just on the same level as them.
Huh?
All the love I had for you just disappeared after reading what you had to say to me. Thanks for showing me your true self before we got married.
Well, that settles it, I guess. You'll probably find the right woman for you someday. As long as you don't try going after the daughter of a high-class family like Stella, despite having no academic background, that is. Knowing your place is important, you know?
I'm going to ask one more time just to be sure. You're sure you want to cancel the marriage?
Of course I'm sure. Just the fact that I live in the same town with you, a middle school graduate doing shady business, is enough to make me feel uneasy. Now that I set my eye on you, it'll probably be difficult for you to continue your business in town, let alone continue living here. Get out of this town as soon as possible.
I accept the marriage cancellation. but I'm not going to leave this town, and neither am I going to stop doing business here.
Huh? What did you just say to me?
We should hire a lawyer to take care of the official paperwork involved in the marriage cancellation. I'll be asking for an alimony as well, though.
An alimony? What are you talking about?
Yes, an alimony for canceling the marriage, and for punching me in the face.
Huh?
I already went through the hassle of going to the doctor and getting a certificate of diagnosis. If you don't agree with paying an alimony, I'm considering filing a police report. I kindly ask for your understanding.
So that's how you're going to move.
Goodbye then.
Hey Everett, I changed my mind. I'll let you marry my daughter.
Huh? Why the sudden change of heart? And to think that the marriage cancellation you insisted on was just made official yesterday. Did something happen?
My, Everett. Quite the devil, aren't we? Just yesterday, I went drinking with some friends who are also landowners. When they told me about the work you do, my, was I surprised. Your company is a major real estate company that owns a ton of property in the capital, right? They're also helping in the development of my hometown, I heard. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You have to tell me such things, otherwise I won't understand. If I become related to you, someone who is quickly gaining popularity in this town, then my family is sure to gain some recognition as well. Which is why I'll give you a gift. I'll let you buy some of the land I own for a cheap price. On the condition that you'll marry Stella, of course. Do we have a deal, son? You should be delighted about the opportunity to buy extra land for cheap. As someone in the real estate business, right? All you have to do is marry Stella, and all this land is yours. I'm sure you don't get deals as good as this often.
I don't want neither your land nor Stella.
What? Are you just going to let this wonderful opportunity to gain connections and land at the same time go to waste?
The marriage cancellation's already been made official, and I have no intention of going back. And as for the purchase of your land, you're talking about the mountain and fields in your house, right?
Yes? What of it? I'm saying that I'll let you buy that huge amount of land for cheap. Don't you feel the least bit grateful?
To be honest, that land is basically of no value. It's not worth whatever price you put on it.
Huh?
Even if I were to put a price on it and buy it from you, it would just be a swath of useless land that wouldn't serve any purpose.
Useless?
Things would be different if there was some sort of plans for development in the nearby area that would give it additional value in the future. But as it stands, there aren't any plans currently in place. From the point of view of the company, the cons of buying your land outweigh the pros. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your land.
But my land, the land of my ancestors, you're telling me it's of no value?
Yes. Now, are we done here? Like I already told you before, the marriage cancellation has already been made official, so there's no reason for us to converse further.
Wait, hold on.
If there's anything else, please talk to my lawyer.
There's something I want to talk to you about.
Huh? Stella?
I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
What? Hasn't it already been several months since we canceled our marriage? Why are you suddenly bringing this up again?
My father was scammed.
Huh?
You know how you told my father how the land he owned was useless and of no value? He went into shock after he heard this news. And right after, was approached by someone saying that he was selling land that would increase in value in the future for cheap. Dad was fooled by his eloquent speech and gave him money, but in reality, this land never existed.
Meaning that it was a scam.
Yes, which is why I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
Huh? I do feel bad for your dad getting scammed, but how does that connect to me taking back the marriage cancellation? Don't tell me that it was my fault because he went in shock.
We don't have any money.
Huh?
My father went out of his way since he wanted land that was valuable, and ultimately ended up getting scammed. We can barely get by with the money we have left. My mother left as well, since she had enough with my father. I can't talk to my father anymore as well, since he's completely broken down. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live like a poor person. But if I married you, the CEO of a major real estate company who makes a lot of money...
Stop right there.
Huh?
No matter what you say, I have no intention in getting back together with you.
What? Why not? I'm the daughter of a major landowner, and have a great academic background. Men should be begging to marry me.
I earn enough money to make a living without any of your fancy titles. Besides, I find it hard to believe that men should be begging to marry you when you don't have any money and are barely making a living. Don't you realize you're contradicting yourself? You see, if I still had any sort of feelings for you, I might have decided to have done something about your situation. But the very thing that made those feelings vanish without a trace were the insults you gave me when you decided to side with your father. I honestly don't understand what kind of nerve you must have to just act like that never happened and ask me for help. Don't you at least have any sort of pride?
Don't say things like that.
Well then, farewell.
I accept that what I said to you back then was wrong, and I take it all back. I was only being pushed by my father to say those things. I never really meant it. I've always loved you, Everett. Please, give me another chance. Everett? It says these messages are unread. Wait. Did you block me?
Regarding the real estate scam Stella's dad fell victim to, I have nothing to say but that I feel bad for him. Apparently, this fraud organization was arrested 1 year later, but according to a mutual acquaintance, Stella and her father are still living in poverty, which means that the money Stella's dad was scammed of probably didn't return. And given the situation, Stella, who was forced to take care of her father who had broken down and had turned into an alcoholic, is now drowning in huge amounts of debt. There are rumors that she's turned to doing some shady business to earn the money the two need to get by. Well, since I already received the alimony I asked from her, and now have a girlfriend I'm planning to marry, I think it's time to let this story come to an end. Besides, I have no duty to help the father and daughter who insulted me so much.
Are you Anne? So, you must be my older brother's fiancée, right? Didn't you drop out of school? You are way too young and stupid for him.
What? Who is this? Are you talking about Noah?
Yeah, you are the annoying high schooler who is dating my brother.
Oh, then you must be Riley.
Yes, that's right. Did it really take you that long to figure it out? Well, you dropped out of high school, so it makes sense if you are a little slow. Even high school graduates are still stupid, and you're not even on that level. Still, I hate having to endure conversations like this. But I'll have no choice if you marry Noah. That's why I just have to get rid of you. In the end, I'm a college graduate. It makes sense that your level of speaking wouldn't match mine.
To be honest, you should have asked my permission to get my phone number. I also think you are rude to not state your name and just go off on me like I'm supposed to know who you are. I also don't like the way you are speaking to me.
Are you talking back to me?
I would appreciate it if you would start by saying hi next time. It is rude to start a conversation the way you just did. Also, speaking to someone like this when you barely know them is also disrespectful. But it's okay. You are Noah's little sister, so I'll let it slide. If I remember correctly, you are a year younger than him and just graduated from college, right? When you contact other people in the future, you explain who you are right off the bat. They might not be as nice as me.
Why the hell are you trying to lecture me? It's really annoying coming from a teenager.
Huh?
You claim to be Noah's fiancé, and I'm his family. I have every right to message you. I don't need permission.
I'm so sorry, Anne. Huh? Sorry for what? It looks like Riley found her number on my phone. Oh, that's okay. She did have quite the attitude, though. I would be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. Maybe when I met her for the first time last week, I didn't leave a good first impression. Ever since I started talking about my past and not being able to finish high school, she got quiet. Maybe I was talking too much? No, you were perfectly fine. Please, just ignore her. I also have issues with Riley. She has always been self-centered and does what she wants. Yeah, I think you mentioned that to me before I met her last weekend. I wonder why she wanted my phone number so badly. She could have just asked me in person last weekend if she wanted to message me. I'm sorry, she got it through my phone. I took a nap earlier and didn't have my phone on me. She also knows my password. I really need to change it. She was probably getting more curious about you and saw the opportunity. That's okay, you don't have to explain. She's your little sister, so I'm okay with it. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Stop apologizing! It's really okay. I just feel like I said something last week that made her really upset. After I was talking, she kind of cut me off and spoke over me. I'm just wondering what I said wrong. Then I kind of just sat there while you guys talked the rest of the time. I noticed she did that as well. She does have a rotten attitude sometimes. I also heard her messaging you earlier and was worried. I was sitting in the living room with Riley and then she started yelling at her phone saying things like, "How rude," and "Why are all your girlfriends stupid?" My parents were in the room too, and then she showed me the messages. It was clearly her being rude. I was angry at her. I gave her a piece of my mind and then messaged you. So that's how you knew. Anyway, she definitely doesn't like me. I guess I really did say something to upset her. No, it is not you. It's her. You didn't do anything wrong. To tell you the truth, the reason why my last girlfriend left me was because of Riley. She was so standoffish and rude with her until she just had enough. I don't want to lose you too, so please don't let her get to you. I'll handle her. I didn't know she did something like that. I was honestly annoyed with her earlier, but it wasn't anything too bad. I was hoping to have a good relationship with her, though. I don't blame you. My whole family punished her for the way she treated my ex years ago. But with the way she's messaging you, it seems like she hasn't learned her lesson. I guess not. I'm sorry that happened. As her older brother, I know I need to start taking more control of the situation. And it's okay. That was years ago. I just don't want to lose you because of her now. What do you plan on doing? I was hoping we could talk about that together. Are you free tomorrow? I have work, but I can stop by after. Okay, cool. I usually get off work a few hours earlier than you, so just call me before you head to my parents' house. Okay, sounds good.
You are such a disgrace to think that you are worthy to be a part of my family. Your shamelessness is frankly embarrassing. How did you like that? Were you able to understand even though it exceeded your level of vocabulary? I am going to destroy your relationship with my brother. You dropped out of high school. Meanwhile, I'm a university graduate. I'll put it in simple words for you. You are stupid compared to me. By the way, how did it feel when I poured the bucket of ice water all over you? Stop coming to my parents' house. You aren't wanted here. My whole family agrees that it is embarrassing that someone like you is engaged to my brother. No matter how old you are, talking to a high school dropout is like talking to a child. I will never let a child steal my brother from me. If you want to keep your relationship with him, then try graduating from college first. If you are even smart enough to get into one.
To think you have the audacity to message me after what you just did. Because of you, my brand new suit got soaked.
Wow, I'm surprised to even get a response. I was aiming for your phone, but I missed it. At least I got your new suit. Why do you even need a suit? Are you trying to play grown-up or something?
I'm not playing grown-up. I need the suit for work. I also dodged the water in time to save my phone.
Ah, so boring.
Don't you think Noah will get mad at you for how you're treating me? I don't think you will find the situation boring when that happens.
It's true that he might be mad at me for a little while. But I'm willing to risk it to get rid of you. He will be mad for a couple of weeks, but in the end, I will have my brother back. Having a dropout engaged to my brother is just disgusting. I can't ignore it. Not to mention, I barely get to see him after you stole him. What else do I have to do to get you to understand that you need to leave this family?
You are really persistent, I'll give you that.
But you win.
I'll go ahead and tell him that we need to end this relationship.
Yay! Bye-bye. I'll go ahead and block you now. Hey! Anne? What the hell is going on? I thought you agreed to break up with Noah. Why are you at his master's degree ceremony? I thought I made myself clear.
What? I thought you blocked me.
Just shut up and answer me. What are you doing here?
Oops, I didn't think you would be here.
Why wouldn't I be? I'm his family and wanted to be here to congratulate him on a big accomplishment. It's really hard to get a master's degree, you know. Why are all my brother's girlfriends so stupid? None of you deserve him or a spot in my family. Whenever he starts dating, he always ignores me. I hate girls like you who keep stealing him away from me. Why are you still here? I thought you said you were going to end your relationship.
After I said that I was going to end this relationship, I said we're going to start a new relationship as a married couple. But you blocked me before I could tell you, I guess. Anyway, we are already planning our wedding. It will be happening soon. You also keep saying that your family doesn't approve of me and thinks of me as an embarrassment, and yet they are the ones who are excited and helping me plan everything. Your mom is also helping us pay for the venue.
What? How can he be marrying a teenage dropout? This is ridiculous. Are you even legally old enough to get married?
I'm not a teenager. I'm really not sure where this is all coming from.
A misunderstanding? I don't misunderstand anything.
Yeah, just so you know, I'm actually older than your brother. I also graduated college over 3 years ago.
You are such a liar. But I guess that's what kids like to do at your age. It doesn't matter. I am still going to do everything I can to get rid of you, so just prepare yourself.
I'm not lying. I think you misheard our conversation when I was visiting a while ago. I said that I wasn't able to finish high school, but was happy to have graduated from college.
You are so stupid. How could you possibly graduate from college if you don't finish high school? It's kind of a prerequisite. Stop trying to act like an adult. It's annoying. You don't even look like an adult.
I do look young, but I'm telling you the truth.
Just stop. I'm not going to believe you. Even if you were telling the truth, it wouldn't change anything.
I have to go. Riley, we need to talk.
Noah! You won't believe what Anne has been saying to me. She has been trying to get me to believe that she is older than both of us. She also says that you guys are still getting married. She is such a liar. You plan on breaking up with her, right? You wouldn't marry someone who has been mean to me.
There are a few things that you need to understand about Anne. First, she is actually older than both of us. She graduated college over 3 years ago.
Wait, what? She was telling the truth? Didn't she say she dropped out of high school the last time she was over? I'm so confused. She looks super young, too.
You really like to jump to conclusions. She looks young, but she is older than us.
Okay.
If you were really listening to her that day you first met her, you would know. She was saying how her family was in a bad financial state and she had to drop out of school to help pay the bills. She said that even though she didn't graduate from high school, she was happy to have graduated from college. She graduated college with a degree in economics and business. This was 3 years ago.
How could that be true?
She studied hard even while she was working and got her GED. Once her family situation stabilized, she went to college.
Oh. Well, okay. I still don't like her, though. We don't get to hang out like we used to.
Recently, she got a huge offer from a major company. In other words, you misheard our conversation. It doesn't matter if you like her or not. You have always been mean to my girlfriends. Your behavior towards her is not okay. You don't get to decide if I should date or not. You are my little sister. Plus, you didn't even give Anne a chance.
I really thought she was just a dropout. I just don't understand why you like someone like her. I'm so confused.
That's what happens when you ignore people and are self-centered. You only hear what you want to hear, and I'm sure you were desperately listening for something you could use against her. You just got carried away. My relationship with Anne doesn't concern you. I think it is best if I cut off our relationship from now on.
No, I don't want that.
You have been the reason why all of my relationships have failed in the past. And Anne and I are getting married soon. We're not going to break up just because you told us to.
But I don't want you to get married.
I have my life and you have yours.
I don't care. I love you. Ever since I was adopted into the family, I had a crush on you. We grew up together and had such a good relationship that I slowly fell in love with you as we got older. We used to play video games and go to the movies and have all sorts of fun. Then you started dating and I was devastated. I only ever wanted a chance to be with you. You've become so distant.
Riley, I'm sorry, but I've always only seen you as a little sister. You've made me so angry at you and destroyed the relationships that I've cared about so much. I will only ever see you as my little sister.
What?
We still could have had a good relationship if you didn't treat the people I loved in such a horrible way. I love Anne, and I can't have you get in our way.
But I didn't do anything that bad to Anne.
You poured a bucket of ice water on her last time she was over at the house. You have also been messaging her and harassing her this whole time.
But I just couldn't bear to see you with anyone else. I'm sorry.
I know it must be hard for you. I'm sorry. I didn't know you felt this way about me all these years, but I'm deeply in love with Anne.
I just wanted you to give me a chance. I at least want to have a relationship with you still.
We can't do that. Your actions have consequences.
But please, I never meant to hurt her.
Stop lying. You have been doing this to me for years, and I've lost 3 good relationships because of what you've done.
I'm sorry.
I can't take sorry for an answer. You did much more than pour ice water on my last girlfriend. I can't risk losing Anne. What you've been doing is wrong. Please start acting your age and stop with all this jealousy nonsense. I want you to delete Anne's number and never message her again.
Wait, I'll be better. I promise.
I never want you to message me again either, especially knowing how you feel about me. We can't stay in contact. It will be less painful if I remain distant.
No, please tell me you're joking. I don't want our relationship to be cut off. Please, anything but that.
I have to get going now. Please learn from your mistakes and start thinking before acting. I'm sorry I couldn't return your feelings.
Just wait.
I really have to go now. I promised Anne that I would be meeting her for a celebration dinner after my ceremony.
This is just all her fault. I wish you never met her. I should have confessed my feelings a long time ago. Now, everything is ruined because of her. My whole life is falling apart.
Stop! This was all your fault. Even if you confessed to me earlier or before I met Anne, I would have rejected you anyway. I only ever saw you as family and my little sister. Nothing else. Please understand. I'm sorry.
What? So I never had a chance? What did I do wrong? Am I not your type?
I can't do this, Riley. There is nothing wrong with how you look. I have just only ever seen you as my little sister. There is nothing more to it. I'm cutting you off now.
Huh? Please, this can't be happening. No, please.
Goodbye, Riley.
Noah. Noah. Anne! This is all your fault. Explain yourself to me right now. Because of you, I lost my brother. I loved him so much. You don't deserve him. I'm the one who has been by his side since we were kids. We have history. Break up with him right now.
No, this was your fault. Noah just messaged you, right? He already told you what is happening. So please just stop before you make things much worse.
What the hell did you just say to me? You ruined my life. I'm never going to forgive you for this.
Do you want me to tell him that you are still messaging me right now? Do you really want to worsen the situation? If you keep calm and handle this situation in a mature manner, then maybe you two can start over in the future.
No, I'm sorry. Just don't say anything. I'll stop.
Then please do as he said and stop contacting us. Goodbye. Noah and Anne's wedding went very well. They enjoyed their day and also shared some big news. They announced their first pregnancy, and their families were overjoyed. They finally had enough money to buy their first house and start their new family. On the other hand, Riley dreaded hearing the news from her parents that Anne and Noah were having a child. She lost her brother and her chance to have a relationship with him. She knew deep down that he only saw her as a little sister, but she was also hoping for a place in his heart. She was adopted, so it wasn't like they were related. Over the years, she worked hard to win over his love, but got carried away. It turns out that Riley still hadn't learned her lesson. Her anger only grew with the heartbreak, and she still blames Anne for everything. Maybe if Riley accepted Anne into the family, she could have still had a normal relationship with her brother.